Hello there, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and page-turners they were not, but this is the podcast you're looking for.
Hello everyone, my name is Brennan Marr. That noise you're hearing is my ventilator. Welcome to One with the Force, presented by Page Turners They Were Not, my Star Wars podcast. Today I wanted to ask a very simple question. What did Yoda mean when he said, "Do or do not, there is no try"? This is one of the most famous quotes in the history of Star Wars, and possibly one of the greatest quotes in the history of movies and pop culture. We all know it, and we all quote it regularly. But what does it actually mean? In Star Wars Rebels, Kanan Jarrus repeats this counsel to young Ezra, because apparently Yoda had taught this counsel, do or do not, there is no try, many times at the Jedi Temple. But then Ezra says, well, how can I do something without trying to do it? It's a very good question. A very good question. So what did Yoda mean when he said that? Because yes, how can you try to do something or do something without first trying to do it? Well, let's cast our minds back to the moment Yoda said this in The Empire Strikes Back. Luke's X-Wing is sinking in the swamps of Dagobah. Luke is concerned that his use of the Force will not free the ship from the swamp. Luke says, I'll never get it out now. And Yoda says, so certain are you? And Luke says, Master, lifting rocks and crates is one thing, but this is totally different. Yoda responds, no different, only different in your mind. You must unlearn what you have learned. And then Luke says, okay, I'll try. And Yoda very sternly says, no. Try not. Do or do not. There is no try. So let us consider Luke's attitude in this scene. When he says, okay, I'll try, there is no conviction. There is no conviction in his voice. What it comes off as more of a, yeah, whatever, okay, I'll try. Almost resigned that he's going to fail. And later, when he can't lift it up, Yoda finally lifts it and demonstrates to Luke that it can be done. And Luke says, I don't believe it. And Yoda says, that is why you fail. So, in the context of this scene, Luke doesn't believe he can do it. And his statement, okay, I'll try, is a half-hearted statement. There is no conviction in his belief. It comes across more as a, well, I'll try that I know I'm going to fail. I think that what Yoda is saying in this moment, if you don't have the right attitude, it's never going to get done. And that is why you must do it. And not just try it, but do it. I think that in real life, we certainly should be trying to do things, even if they don't always succeed. But I think it's important to have the right attitude. Luke did not have the right attitude in this moment. So I don't think Yoda was saying never try. I think Yoda was saying, if you're going to try it, you need the conviction that you can do it. You need to have faith that you can do it. Because if you don't have faith, it's not going to happen. And I believe this to be true as what you might call a religious person. I believe that you need to have the faith to do something. You can't be half-hearted in your attempts. You have to have conviction. Now, we could spend days discussing the meaning of this Yoda statement, but for the sake of brevity, I think that it's important to remember in this scene what Luke's attitude was like. Now the question of, well, how can I do something if I don't first try to do it, is not something I could really answer. But it's interesting to note that in the book of Boba Fett, Luke Skywalker says to young Grogu that Yoda spoke in riddles. So I think the question of, well, how can you do it if you don't first try, that's part of the riddle. And there probably isn't just one answer. But the answer that works best for me is that you have to have the right attitude. Luke had a bad attitude in that scene. He didn't believe he can do it, and he resigned himself to failure. And this, of course, is not what a Jedi or any of us should be doing in our lives. I think it also depends on your definition of trying. Because sometimes when we try to do things, we're actually doing them. You know, if I say to myself, I'm going to try to read Moby Dick, which is what I'm doing right now, there's a difference between saying, I'll try to do it and never actually get to it, And I'll try to do it and I'll actually read it. Meaning that we could have it on our bucket list. Saying, I'll try to get to it sometime. Or we can actually sit down and do it. And actually read the book. And not just say we're going to read it, but actually do it. Meaning that sometimes it takes us taking action and not being passive about it, but actually choosing to do it. Because sometimes I think when we say to ourselves, I'll try to do it, that means we're never actually going to get around to it. So there's a difference between saying, someday I'll try, and going and doing something now. There's a hymn that I like very much, a church song that we sing, that talks about doing good to other people, serving people. And one of the lines talks about the time that we have, the days that we have, and it says, do not let them pass by, saying, sometime I'll try, but go and do something today. So I think that there's a difference between saying, I'll try it someday, sometime I'll try it, and doing it now. Don't wait, just do it. And, I guess this gets into the semantics of what it means to try, but how I see it is stop saying I'll try to do it and go and do it. I think what it really comes down to, an analysis of this profound statement by Master Yoda, is about going and doing something now. Believing that you can do it. And having the conviction to actually go and dig in now. And having the attitude that you can do it. Now, as I said, we could go on and on. I don't think there's a definitive answer. But I hope that some of the thoughts I shared today will give you an idea of how I feel about this statement. Do or do not, there is no try. Let me know your thoughts on the meaning of this phrase. My name is Brennan Marr. That noise you're hearing is my ventilator. Thank you for tuning in to One with the Force. Presented by Page Turners They Were Not, my Star Wars podcast. May the Force be with you.